योऽन्तः प्रविश्य मम वाचमिमां प्रसुप्तां सञ्जीवयत्यखिलशक्तिधरस्वधाम्ना अन्यां च हस्तचरणश्रवणत्वगादीन् प्राणान्नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यम्. In my last video, I gave the backdrop of Vishnu Sahasranama and I explained the importance of Vishnu Sahasranama in Hinduism and in Sanatana Dharma. In this series of videos, I would like to share with you the word-by-word meaning of Vishnu Sahasranama. The entire Vishnu Sahasranama is set in Anushtup Chandaha. It is a meter and Anushtup Chandaha has 32 aksharas. That is the Sanskrit aksharas. And they are divided into 4 sections, 8 letters each. That is 8 aksharas each. And in the Sanskrit literature, it is one of the common, Anushtup Chandaha is one of the common meter. Srimad Bhagavad Gita is set in this meter, and Ramayana, and there are many scriptures that are set in this meter. So let us see the word by word meaning of Vishnu Sahasranama. The first verse of Vishnu Sahasranama is Vishwam Vishnud Vashatkaro Bhuda Bhavya Bhavat Prabhu Bhuda Krit Bhuda Bhrid Bhavo Bhudatma Bhuda Bhavanaha. So many Mahaksharas in this first shloka. This first verse, that is the first shloka, has 9 words, padas. Vishwam, Vishnu, Vashatkaraha, Bhuda Bhavya Bhavat Prabhu, Bhudakrit, Bhudaprid, Bhava, Bhudatma, Bhuda Bhavanaha. So let us see the meaning of the first word, that is the first pada, Vishwa. Vishwa means this entire universe, devoid of all these narrow boundaries of nations. Just take off all those boundaries. And not only this earth, the other planets, faraway galaxies, and even many more suns and many more galaxies, just like what the astronomers claim. So all together, everything together, maybe we do not know about the distant planets and the distant galaxies, but it may be there. So just take everything together. This entire creation, that is Vishwa. This creation, where did it come from? Brahman. Brahman manifested as this universe. And Brahman is not a name. It is the meaning. Brahman means vast, infinite. Just vastness, that is Brahman. So Brahman manifested as this universe. So the cause of this creation is Brahman and its effect is this creation, that is the universe. Brahman, the cause, is not different from this universe. Brahman, using its Maya, that is using this Maya, it became this universe. It manifested as this universe. So this universe is not different from Brahman. Even in the Mundaka Upanishad, there is a verse that is it comes in the second 2 to 11. The end of the verse says, Brahmaiva Vishwam Idham Varishtam. This world is nothing but Brahman. So this entire creation is Brahman. You cannot separate Brahman from this universe. It manifested as this universe. So why is Brahman said as Vishnu? That's the word of the second word of this verse, Vishnu. So what does Vishnu mean? Vishnu means that one pervades in everything. That which pervades in everything. That is said as Vishnu. So Vishnu means Brahman. It has manifested as this universe and it pervades in each and every being. This entire universe with all its sentient and insentient beings, in all that Brahman pervades, and so Brahman is said as Vishnu. It transgressing the space, time, and matter. It just pervades in everything. And he lives in all the beings as Jiva. Even inside a stone, we may not feel that it has life, but it has life. But it is that Jiva inside it, that Brahman that is throbbing in it, that energy throbbing in it, it is covered by layers and layers of hard matter. We human beings, even we have that Jiva in us, but we are capable of understanding the Jiva. The animals, the small insects, even the one cell organs, they all have life in it. And that is Brahman. And that because of Brahman has pervaded in everything, sentient and insentient beings of this creation, he is said as Vishnu. The third word of this verse is Vashatkara. According to the term Karma Kanda, there are many yagnas are prescribed in Karma Kanda of the Vedas. It's a ritual done to attain a specific objective, that's all. Suppose if a person wants the life in Swarga of the life here, then he performs a certain yagna and he attains that after his lifetime. If a person wants wealth in this lifetime, then he performs a certain yagna. If he wants anything, job or whatever it is, he perform that yagna, and in the end, he will give oblation to that sacrificial fire. And that oblation, giving that oblation is said as havis. So he performs that. So while performing that oblation, the priest as well as the owner of that yagna, he is also, always known as the yajamana. The yajamana as well as the priest, they chant a mantra called vashat, and they give that harvest. They give that oblation to the sacrificial fire. Normally, a name of a deity will be accompanied with that mantra vashat. By telling that mantra along with the name of that deity is invoked by that sacrificial oblation, giving that oblation. So that deity receives that oblation and give the result for the person Yajamana. Now what Vishnu Sahasranama says is, that is what Bhishma Pitamaha says is, that deity is none other than Vishnu. Since he has pervaded in all the beings, even that deity is Bhagavan Vishnu. He is the presiding deity of all the yajnas. And a person, that is that deity, which receives that oblation chanted by the mantra Vashat is said as Vashatkara. So when Bhagavan Vishnu receives that oblation, he is said as the Vashatkara. He is the presiding deity of all the yagnas, and he receives that oblation that given by the in that sacrificial fire that is given as harvest, and so he is said as Vashatkara. And that is very well said by Bhishma Pitamaha. And even in Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan Krishna says, whatever deity you worship, all that worship comes to me only. I give the result of your worship through that deity. So that is said in another form in Vishnu Sahasranama. That is the meaning of the word Vashatkara. Vashat is the name of a mantra used in the for doing yajna while giving that oblation to that sacrificial fire. And the deity which receives that is said as Vashatkara, and Bhagavan Vishnu is the presiding deity of all the yajnas because he pervades in everything in this creation. And so he is the Vashatkara. Whatever yajna you do, he is the Vashatkara. So that's the meaning of this third word. The next is the Bhuta Bhavya Bhavat Prabhu. So that's the fourth word, pada, of the first verse of Vishnu Sahasranama. Bhuta means Bhutakala, past. Bhavya, present. Bhavat, future. So, past, present, and future. This indicates the Kala, the movement of Kala, isn't it? So, Bhuta Bhavya Bhavat Prabhu. So, Bhagavan Vishnu is the Lord of Bhuta, Bhavya, and Bhavat. That is, he is the Lord of the past, present, and future. Now, what does this mean? We all exist in that present, is it not? We all exist now. We all exist in the present only. I am speaking in the present only. The moment I speak, it is present. Just 1 second after it, it has passed. It has become past. What are all our past they are all experiences. And the experiences, after some time, they become thoughts. The future is, what is it future? The future is only planning, and they are also in the form of thoughts. Now I am telling the meaning of this word. Just a few seconds before I said the meaning of that previous word. So that has become the past. It is an experience and it is in the form of thoughts. Now the next word I'm going to tell in another few minutes. So that is the future. I have the thought of all that in my mind. So that will come after few seconds. Now it is the future. After few seconds, it is the present. Again, after few seconds, it will become the past. When will we understand it and when will we realize it? A person doesn't realize all this. They just are involved in the time and they perform action, and most of the people and most of the time their mind will be oscillating between the past and the future. We don't always exist in the present. Our mind will be always in the past or in the future, oscillating between these two. Only Bhagavan Vishnu, he experiences this moment. He witnessed this moment because he has detached from the Kala and he is witnessing the time, passing of time, because he is established, he is that existence. Since he is that existence itself, he very well witnessed the passage of time. Just like, let me give a very simple example. Suppose, let us assume you are watching the flow of traffic from your balcony of your house. One car is passing by, another. You're not attached to it and you're just watching it as a witness. If you're involved in it, then you will not witness it. You will be involved in that action. Just imagine that you're witnessing it. Suppose a one car is coming from there, that is going to come before your eyes, so it is in future. Now it slowly come before your eyes. It comes before your eyes. Now it is the present, passes by, past. So like this, you are witnessing the flow of traffic in front of your eyes without being involved in it. Now you can understand what are happening in that moment. But if you're involved in it, we won't understand the moment. So just like that, Bhagavan Vishnu, he is witnessing the passing of time. He is not involved in it, but he is witnessing it. And so he is said as the Bhuta Bhavya Bhavat Prabhu, the Lord of the past, present, and future. And that's the biggest advantage of meditation. In meditation, you are in that present alone. If you meditate well, if you are in that present alone, you are in that existence. This kala itself is the concept concerned only with up to the intellect. It is concerned with the intellect, mind, and the senses. Because it is connected with our prarabdha karmas from the sanchita karma, a small portion will come into action at the present time, and it will work its action, and we perform according to our prarabdha karmas, and that impressions will become agami karma. So that's the passage of time. So all these are concerned up to the intellect. When you meditate, you just detach from that intellect. So you are also detaching from the passage of time and existing in that existence itself. But rarely we do that. Just even for a second or a moment, it is very difficult for us to uh, detach from our intellect and be in that existence. Jnanis, they do it. And that's why they can understand the future, the past, and everything. So that's why Bhagavan Vishnu is said as the Bhuta Bhavya Bhavat Prabhu. That's the meaning of it. He is the Lord of the Kala. The next word which comes in Vishnu Sahasranama is Bhudakrit. Bhuta means the five basic elements. That is the space, that is Akasha, Vayu, air, Agni, fire, Apa, water, Prithvi, matter. Not only the earth, all the when we are taking in that large context, it is complete matter. So every being is made of these five elements, basic elements. Wherever you see, every being is made of these five elements. This combination will change. Bhuda Krit. Krit means the one who created these elements. Not only these elements, by this permutation and combination of these five elements, all the beings are made. Bhagavan Vishnu as Bhudakrit, as the creator of these elements, he created the elements as well as the entire beings, the gross body of all the beings. We all are the combination of these five elements. That is, we have this body is matter, Prithvi. We most of our cells are filled with water, so that is water is apa is there. The ushna, deha ushna, that is the fire in us, and we all have breathe and take breath, that is the prana, inhaling and exhaling, that is the vayu, and we have the empty space in our body. So we all the beings are made of the combination of these five elements in different proportions. So Bhagavan Vishnu has created these elements as well as all the beings, the gross body of all these beings. So what the meaning of the Bhudakrit is? Brahman, using the Rajoguna of the Prakriti, it has created all these beings. Not only that, Brahman, he uses that Tamoguna and destroys this universe also. So in a way, Vishnu, he creates this universe and he destroys this universe. Now one may have a doubt that it is Lord Rudra, you're using the Tamaguna, he destroys this entire creation. So all the difference in names and forms are only at a certain level for our understanding. After a certain level, it's only the energy it uses, that active nature of the Prakriti, and creates. It is one energy, that is one supreme consciousness, using the Tamoguna, the nature of the Tamoguna, and destroys everything. So it is Vishnu. In one form, he creates these beings, and in another form, he destroys everything. It is said that destruction should not be seen as the end of everything. Destruction is a process prior to another new set of creation, isn't not? We have seen small children playing with clay. They just make one shape, destroy everything, and make another thing. So destruction is a prior incident before a new creation. In Shankara Bhashyam of Vishnu Sahasranama, the word given there is Bhudani Kritanti Yidi Bhudakrit. So, using his Tamoguna, he destroys everything that was created by him, and he is all set for the new creation. So, that's the meaning of Bhudakrit. The next word is, that is the sixth word, is Bhudabhrit. Bha, that is Ka, this is Bha, Bhudabhrit. Bhagavan Vishnu, using his Sattva Guna, he protects, nurtures, and nourishes all the beings in this creation. And so he is known as Bhrit. Bhrit means, that is to protect, to nurture, and to safeguard, to protect. In a altogether meaning, it's to protect. So Bhagavan Vishnu, he protects all the beings in this creation. So he is said as Bhudabhrit, that is using his Sattva Guna, he does this job. The next, that is the seventh word, is Bhava. Bhava means come into being, or one who becomes. That is Bhava. Bhagavan Vishnu, as Brahman, he has become this universe. He has manifested as this entire universe. And after manifesting this creation, he has entered in every being. So that is coming into being. It is Bhagavan itself who has become this universe, entire creation. And that is why in Hinduism, every object or every being or whatever it is worshipped as Ishvara. That's why when we meet even a stranger, we worship them, because that means we are worshipping their Atma as well as your Atma. So that's the meaning, that's the practice in Hinduism. So Bhagavan Vishnu is that every being. And another example can make this point very clear. Just imagine gold ornaments. We make we buy or make many gold ornaments, and they all have a different form. And according to that form, they have a name and they have a purpose. So, like that, each one ornament, it has a form, it has a name. Because of that form, it has a name. and it has a definite purpose for it. But we as buyers or customers, we are more concerned about the form, name, and weight of that ornament. But just imagine, in the eyes of a burglar, all this name and shape are not there. Only he can see only the gold everywhere. And that's why entire shop he loots. But we are not like that. We see for the name and shape and everything, form, use, everything. Just like that, in the vision of an ordinary person, this form, name, and the use of that person, everything comes into matter. But and for a jnani, it is only Bhagavan, just like seeing everything as gold, only Bhagavan. Bhagavan has become all these beings, sentient as well as insentient beings. And so one must, when you chant Vishnu Sahasranama, one must realize that we are not worshipping a Lord who is far away. No, we are worshipping our own existence, that in which our body, mind, and intellect exist. That existence we are worshipping, that existence we are praying, to that existence we are chanting this Vishnu Sahasranama. So that's the right way of understanding Vishnu Sahasranama, because all this name and form are just considered as very gross. To a certain level, it is needed because we can have the form of that Lord in our mind while chanting Vishnu Sahasranama. But in a deeper sense, when you understand the meaning of it in a more subtle way, then we are worshipping our own existence, who is none other than Bhagavan Vishnu himself. That's it. And next word also emphasizes the same point, that is Bhudhatma. He is that Atma, soul, or the Antaryami of all the beings. He is the Atma of the Buddhas. He is that Antaryami. After creating this universe, Brahman has entered. He is manifested as this universe and he entered as the Antaryami. And through all the beings in this world, he is shining through all the beings in this world. And in fact, that is the meaning of the cosmic form of the Lord. The cosmic form, the Virat Purusha, or that Bhagavan Krishna, he showed it to Arjuna. That's the meaning of it. With 1,000 eyes, with 1,000 legs, 1,000 mouth, and all that, he is seeing through all these forms. He is expressing himself through all these forms. A jiva is the expression of that Brahman. And just I said, a jnani, he exactly reflects the nature of that Brahman in the form of jiva in him. All the other beings or the animals and they are not capable of realizing this presence, but we human beings are capable of realizing this presence. But some people are able to realize it and exactly reflect the nature of Atma, but many people are not. That's it. That's the meaning of Bhudatma. We are all our being, that is the jiva, is covered with layer and layers of mental impressions, because the jiva, it is so close and attached with the intellect and mind. So the desires and the impressions of the intellect and mind, it covers the jiva. So we are not able to express the nature of the jiva completely. But by time, all that impressions will be weakened. So the next word of the first verse of Vishnu Sahasranama is Bhuta Bhavana. Bhavana means strong imagination or visualization. This word visualization is very famous now because of the law of attraction. Many people use this word, visualize your desire, visualize it. So just like that, Bhagavan Vishnu, he visualized this entire creation, its creation, development and destruction. Everything he visualized it in his mind. And all these beings and this entire creation has come from the mind of Bhagavan Vishnu. And that is why before that creation, Lord Brahmaji, when he doesn't know how to create it, how to make all the subtle minds, he just did tapa on, he heard a voice, tapa, tapa. So he did tapa and he was able to connect with the mind of Lord Vishnu. And that blueprint of this creation he had in his mind. And he gave that, he passed down that by doing tapa on Mahavishnu, that the entire blueprint was passed to Lord Brahmaji and he created. In fact, Lord Brahma itself is said as the samashti of all the subtle minds or Hiranyagarbha. So that the entire blueprint was with Bhagavan Vishnu because he always meditated on a deep contemplation of the creation, development and destruction of this entire creation. He always remain in that state of existence so that he can very clearly see all this. So that is Bhuta Bhavana. He visualized this creation in his mind, and that is Bhuta Bhavana. And one must understand that in this creation, not even a single being is a waste or unwanted. Maybe we do not realize or we do not know the use of that being or even a small grass or a small insect or even a one cell organism. We may not want it or we may not know the use of it. That doesn't mean that it is unwanted in this creation because it has come from the mind of Lord Vishnu, that Brahman. So no being is a waste or unwanted here. So that's the last, that is the ninth word of this first verse of Vishnu Sahasranama. And in this stotra itself, Vishnu Sahasranama itself, very commonly used word is Bhagavan. Bhagavan means he has that complete Aishwarya, that is the lordship over everything, complete wealth, complete power to do anything. That's what we say, that omnipotent, omniscient and omnipresent, and to complete knowledge, complete glory, yes, everything infinite, complete, yes. But at the same time he is detached towards it, and that's the point there. He is detached towards everything. Whenever needed to maintain this creation, to bring back equilibrium in this creation, he uses all of this or any one of this or any two of that. But all the other time he is detached towards it. We people, ordinary people, we may have a small peck of any one of that and we are so much attached to it. So that's the difference between Bhagavan Vishnu and we ordinary human beings. So that's the explanation of the first verse of Vishnu Sahasranama. And now I take a break and explain the next verse in my next video. कायेन वाचा मनसेन्द्रियैर्वा बुद्ध्यात्मना वा प्रकृते स्वभावात् करोमि यत् सकलं परस्मै नारायणायेति समर्पयामि. Om Tat Sat.